Oh, I thought I'd never lose him. Get away from me! No, I'm not talking about Sonic right now. At least not today. Maybe later today. Depends if we get any news. I think we actually have got news. I'll talk about it later. I'll talk about that later. I want to talk about Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man. I've missed Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man so much. Spider-Man never lets me down. Not anymore, anyway. We had a rough patch, but we're past that. Good old Spider-Man. I want to start a cult. Like a cult of big brain people, galaxy brain people. I just think that would be kind of cool, the cult of Channel Pup. And if you want to join the cult of Channel Pup, there is a link in the description below to my Patreon. And yeah, you can subscribe to me on Patreon by making a monthly pledge. And all patrons get access to the live stream replays, which are full of XD moments. Wallace, my contraption's malfunctioning. I mean, grommet rather. Wallace. So why deny yourself the funny? Go down there, help yourself to some live streams, but also help me to take over this silly platform and release all copyright claims across every video. Well, I mean, that's the goal. I never said I'd get there, but that's the goal. What do you got for me today, Spidey? Across the Spider-Verse news? Oh, hell yeah. Okay, let's look at that then. So, we've got villain confirmation for Across the Spider-Verse. And as was rumored, the Spot is the villain of the film, or at least one of the villains. We don't know how many villains there's going to be, or whether or not he's the main one, because like previously in Into the Spider-Verse, we had a set of villains, but obviously had like Kingpin was the main one. But we know that the Spot is in there, and we've got this image of Miles Morales kicking into one of the spots and, you know, coming out on the other end, kicking Gwen in the face. Ha! Violence against women is based. Don't take that to the bank. Don't take that seriously. For starters, the animation here looks sick. It's definitely an evolution from, you know, what we saw in Into the Spider-Verse, the previous film. But it's got much more of that sort of strobe, chromatic aberration look to it. And Miles and Gwen definitely appear to have more of a 2D sort of effect to them, much more of a pop art kind of look. They appear to be in some futuristic city, but it's hard to tell when something's futuristic or not with these Spider-Verse movies because the art style is just that diverse and that unique. I freaking love the art style of the Into the Spider-Verse movies. And, oh man, we're in for a good time. But, like, okay, so, visually striking as Into the Spider-Verse was, I think the Spot is going to bring things to a whole new level. We know that Across the Spider-Verse is going to bring things to a new level as we traverse other dimensions and we see different art styles with each dimension. Oh man, that is freaking sick. That is, as the kids would say, freaking sweet, Lois. And this is promising more psychedelic action, and the Spot is the perfect villain for it. He's kind of a Z-lister when it comes to Spider-Man villains. You know, I never expected to really see the Spot in a film, but he's a really cool one. Like, you know, he's gonna provide a big old challenge for Spider-Man, that's for sure. So, really glad to see him. Don't know much about him as a character, but again, glad to see him. We also get a closer look at Miles' new suit as well, and I do like it. It does look good. I do still think it's a bit of a downgrade from the previous one. It doesn't appear to have webs on it. I could be wrong, but it doesn't appear to have any web patterns on it. Whether or not that's something that will be a bit different in the final film, or maybe it just, you know, depends on the dimension. But you can see Gwen's webs. Gwen's suit's definitely an upgrade. Miles is, it doesn't have that, that homemade look to it that the previous one had, which I liked. And it makes sense that he would upgrade to a suit that's his own. It's not a repainted or repurposed Peter suit. This is his very own suit, and it looks clean. It looks really clean, and I'm noticing there's some very subtle stripe work going down his torso with a slightly different texture there. I really like that. It still has a layered look to it. There's definitely stuff I like there, but I just loved the look of the previous suit. They've still kept sort of like a slight streak to the spider symbol, so it still has a slightly graffiti look. It's definitely a departure from Miles' classic look, that's for sure. I like it. I don't like it as much, but I do like it. So don't get me wrong there. I'm not saying, oh, it's bad, oh, it's mid, or anything like that. No. It's still a cool-ass suit. And then we got this piece of Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse artwork from one of the French film festivals. I forget which one it is, but we got a nice new piece of artwork here. And here we have Miles Morales versus Miguel O'Hara, the Ultimate Spider-Man versus the Spider-Man of 2099. And yeah, again, Miguel appears to be a very, very distinct departure from the way he looked at the end of the first Into the Spider-Verse film. Like, this is a built Miguel. I mean, he seems pretty aggressive as well. He seems mean, like... So, like, a part of me's wondering if maybe this is like an illusion or like a sort of a shapeshifter who's transformed into Miguel and taken his form. Hard to say. But, like, this is definitely a different Miguel from the previous one, be it franchise maintenance or be it, you know, someone like could be a imposter or something. There's an imposter among us, kids. Like, now subscribe. Ha, subscribe, kids. Subscribe. I like his design. I do like it a lot. It's not as clean as it was before, but I like the sort of the tech lines that he's got. You know, how the red sort of scullion spider on the chest makes that sort of futuristic, techie look. It looks good, man. It looks really, really good. And then we have an announcement. So we have got some other news as well. I'm going to say this. I've provided no coverage of Morbius because I'm completely uninterested in it. I just do not care about Morbius. I'm not going to say the mean thing. And, like, you know, if it comes out on TV or somewhere where there's, like, a free trial or something, maybe I'll check it out. But I, for one, don't have any prior attachment to Morbius as a character. And I'm not, you know, interested in going to see a movie with him. I'm not a fan of Jared Leto. I've seen the dance scene with Matt Smith, and I'm convinced that Matt Smith is probably going to be the best thing in the movie, but I just don't have an ounce of interest in this. And I think that's probably why everyone's clowning on it so hard, and it is really funny that Sony brought it back into theaters only for it to fail again. But speaking of things being brought back into theaters, we are getting Spider-Man No Way Home, the More Fun Stuff version, which will be releasing for a limited time in theaters on September 2nd. We have confirmation of a USA release, but not really any other countries yet. There are more countries to come, Sony have said so. Fortunately, I'll be in the States around that time anyway, so I'm gonna beg Nick to take me to the cinema to see it. I'm sure he'll be game, he liked the movie. So I'm hoping that this actually gets a Blu-ray and DVD release as well. Like, I don't mind buying this movie again, you know? I think it's kind of a bit scummy, but, like, you know, I like this movie a lot, man. I'll do what it takes to see more of it. But, like, remember when they released an extended cut of Spider-Man Far From Home in theaters, which was just... It was just better, but there's no way of watching that as a home release, you know? You are missing a scene of Mysterio completely, sipping on a green smoothie. And, you know, give or take, but, like, then there's the Spider-Man taking on the Mafia stuff, which definitely should have been in the movie, and they released it as a short film, but it should have been in the movie. Obviously, I was pretty bummed out that the Spider-Man No Way Home Blu-ray came out and there were no deleted scenes on it, and it looks like we're gonna have to piecemeal that, but we get it in the movie as an overall experience, so maybe it'll be worth it. Like, part of me actually prefers being able to see deleted scenes in a cut of the film. I loved what they did with Into the Spider-Verse, where they released the Blu-ray with both an alternate cut and the original cut on there, with that alternate cut including deleted scenes. That was an awesome way of doing it. I love being able to watch these things in the context of the film and see where they'd actually be placed rather than have to guess. So I would be very grateful for a Blu-ray of the Spider-Man More Fun Stuff version. Like, okay, I'm gonna say this right now. That title, Spider-Man No Way Home, the More Fun Stuff version. Are you trying, like, I get Spider-Man's a kid, and I get that Spider-Man has a big appeal with kids, but are you trying to market this to 14-year-olds? Not even that, that's probably aiming a bit too high there. Like, why is it called that? Like, I would have just accepted extended cut. Like, the More Fun Stuff version, how long did it take you to work that one out? That sucks. That sucks. If you wanted to be really meta and just take a little pot shot at DC, you could always have, like, John Watts' Spider-Man No Way Home and have, like, the poster in black and white. That would be really funny. More of a Deadpool thing to do there, but, like, still, it's pretty cool. But the More Fun Stuff version? Give me a break, man. The More Fun Stuff, get out of here. Get out of here. But okay, so stuff that I'm hoping will be in it. You know what? I'm thinking that's a separate video. Ha! Get piecemealed, you silly idiot. I do this for the money. And speaking of the money, be sure to... I'm terrible, aren't I? Be sure to check out the Patreon link in the description below to help support me because I really, really appreciate it. And I totally want to invest all of my time and all of my cunning into becoming the ultimate YouTube god! Or something along those lines anyway. And you are the ones that can help me out. So, join the cult of Pup and check out the Patreon link below and hand over your hard-earned cash right now, you silly, silly person. So what do you guys think? If you enjoyed this video and you want to support more like it, be sure to hit that big, beautiful subscribe button. And of course, in the description below are links to different social media feeds, including the Patreon. If you're feeling extra generous, like the following people, who are Marcus Ward, Sirius the Skeptic, Biotin Arts, Mr. SP, David 20 Covers, Sergio, John Comey, Shodin, George is Lost, Legendary Ray Ray, Cheesemaster769, Adam Myers, and Fayalan Schwarzenkraub. Thank you guys, you are the best of the best, but as for the rest of you, thank you so much for watching, guys, and have a great day.